to a load of F Newton upward, 3F Newton down, correct? The shaft is stepped down from 20 mm diameter to 13 mm diameter and is provided with a fillet of radius 3 mm. Okay, so there is a shaft. There is a shaft which is stepped down from. Is it visible for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is a stepped shaft which is stepped down from diameter 20 to diameter 13. Okay, and a fillet radius of 3 mm. Okay, so this is fillet radius or 3 mm or 3 mm, right? And it is subjected to F Newton upward and 3F Newton downward. So there is load F Newton upward and 3F downward. Okay, that is the load it is subjected to. The shaft is stepped down from. The shaft is stepped down from 20 mm to 13 mm. Okay, yeah. All right, and with a fillet radius of 3 mm. The length of the shaft is 150 mm. So the total length of the shaft is 150 mm given in the problem. Okay, this is 150 mm, and the fillet section is at a distance of 25 mm from the fixed end. So this is the fixed end. So fillet section is at a distance of 25 mm from fixed end. So therefore, this distance is going to be how much? 125 mm. Okay, right. Determine the maximum load. Determine the maximum load that the member can withstand for infinite life. Assume a FOS of 2. The material is cold drawn C26 steel, for which yield stress is 470 Newton per mm square. Ultimate stress is 550 Newton per mm square. Notch sensitivity for 3 mm radius for this material is how much? Is how much? 0.9. Okay. So we are given with the value of yield stress to be equal to what is the value of yield stress? 470 Newton per mm square. Then ultimate stress is given by sigma u is 550 Newton per mm square. Okay. And what else is given? Okay, notch sensitivity factor Q is equal to 0.9, and from the given description of the problem, we can make out capital D to be equal to 20 mm. Okay, small d is equal to 13 mm, and the radius of fillet is equal to 3 mm. This is what is given, and this distance is 125. And we are given with factor of safety n is equal to, what is the value of factor of safety given there? Is equal to 2. Okay, this is the data that is given. This is the sketch that we can make out. Is the sketch visible in your screens clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because I have shifted my laptop a bit closer to board, that's why I just wanted to clarify. Okay, so this is the sketch given in the problem. There's a stepped shaft which is stepped down from 20 mm diameter to 13 mm diameter. Total length of the shaft is 150 mm, and the fillet is, that is step is at a distance of 25 mm from the fixed end, and it is subjected to F Newton upward and 3F Newton downward. This also I can write. So F max is equal to 3F, F minimum is equal to F. Okay. Now, what is the type of stress that this component is subjected to? What is the type of stress that this component is subjected to? Yeah. What is the stress it is subjected to? Is anyone there, or all have left?
Bending.
Okay. Anyway, sigma max is equal to, right, M max divided by Z. Sigma max is equal to, so we have F max, which is 3F, which is acting downward and it is in clockwise direction. I take it as positive. Okay, I take it as positive. I take which is acting upward to be negative. Okay, so therefore it is 3F into distance is with reference to change of cross section. So therefore it's going to be 125 divided by pi into d cube is pi d cube by 32 will give me sigma max equal to a value, okay, in terms of F. So that I'm going to get it as 1.74 F. Please check. Okay, then sigma minimum is equal to M minimum divided by Z, that is equal to, okay, F minimum into distance, okay, L by Z. So here also it is F max into length divided by section 1. So therefore F minimum is minus F into distance is 125 divided by pi into 13 cube by 32. So therefore sigma minimum is equal to, you get another value in terms of F. Is that okay? Fine.
0.579.
0.579. Okay, is it minus? Okay, minus 0.579 F. Correct? So this is what we get as minimum. Maximum and minimum we have got. Next job is to find sigma mean, that is sigma max plus sigma minimum divided by 2. So therefore sigma m is equal to, what is the value? 1.74 plus of minus 0.579 divided by 2. What is the value of sigma mean? So you'll get sigma mean to be equal to 1.16 F. Correct? Please check. Sigma amplitude is sigma max minus sigma minimum divided by 2. So therefore stress amplitude is equal to 1.74 minus of minus plus 0.579 divided by 2. That should give you stress amplitude to be equal to, sorry, this is 1.16 and that is
0.5805.
0.5805. 0.58 F. Okay, so stress amplitude I get 1.16 and this is 0.58 F is the mean stress. Now we are given with notch sensitivity factor Q also. So therefore, and it's a stepper shaft with fillet radius given. So my job, so that is KFT is given by what? 1 plus notch sensitivity factor into theoretical form factor minus 1. So we need to find out K sigma for the given member. So for that, what we need to do, we are given with capital D and small d. So find out capital D by small d, that is 20D by 13. That should give you, what is the value? 1.54. Okay, and R by D is 3 by 13. That is equal to how much we get? We get 0.23. Now get me the value of K sigma. So it's a stepped shaft subjected to bending moment. So from the given graph, we get K sigma to be equal to 1.38. Okay, substitute this value of K sigma in the equation of fatigue stress concentration factor to get KFT value. So when we substitute, what we get, we'll see. Therefore, KFT is equal to 1 plus 0.9 into 1.38 minus 1. That should give us KFT to be equal to how much? KFT will be equal to 1.34. So you see, because of presence of notch sensitivity, the theoretical form factor is reduced to from 1.38 to 1.34. That is the effect of actual effect of presence of a discontinuity in the form of a step. Okay. So now, what is the equation for Soderberg's? What is the equation of Soderberg relation? KFT into sigma A divided by ABC into sigma endurance plus sigma mean by sigma wheel is equal to 1 by n. Okay. So what are the values of ABC? Has he given in the problem? No, he has not given in the problem. So I take it as A to be equal to what? According to the assumptions that we made in the beginning, what are the values of ABC? Can you note for bending, what is the value of A?
A will be 1, sir.
1. B is equal to 0.85 and C is equal to 0.85. Okay. So therefore, it is 1.34 into stress amplitude is 1.16 F divided by 0.85 square into endurance stress is how much? So he has given you? He has not given you. So therefore, endurance stress for how much we can take? Endurance stress to be equal to sigma endurance 0.5 times sigma u. Okay. So it's going to be 250 plus 25, that is 275. 275 plus mean stress is 0.58 F divided by yield stress is 470 is equal to 1 by 2. So therefore, the value of F is equal to give you this value. Okay. Please note down those who have probably memory, you would have forgotten what these are. We were working on fatigue. Okay. Design for fatigue strength. Okay. And this problem was asked twice for 15 marks. So it's very, very simple. Get a diagram, find out maximum stress, minimum stress, mean and amplitude, and get stress concentration factor for a step shaft subjected to bending, and then substitute Soderberg relation. Then similarly, since ultimate strength is given, so from Goodman's relation, you find out what is F. So in place of yield stress, we substitute ultimate stress and then find the value of F from Goodman's relation. Yeah, give me the value of F here.
55.197 newtons.
Yeah, that's correct. 55.19 Newton, according to Soderberg relation. Then according to Goodman,
$56.314.
yeah, 56.34 Newton is what I got. So 3134. So that variation is acceptable. So this is how we solve the problem when you have a step-foot shaft subjected to two different loads. So only thing is we need to find out Mmax. Please remember, while calculating bending moment, you should not take entire 150 mm length. It is, we have to take where there is a changeover of cross section, because there you will have maximum stress or high stress zone is there. Okay, so therefore we need to take 125 and not 150. The moment you take 150 here, then entire problem is going to be off. Is that okay? You won't get any marks beyond 1 or 2 for writing the formula. Okay? Out of 12 marks, you will not get even 2 marks. Okay, so be careful while calculating bending moment. It should be with reference to changeover of cross section. Okay, you people are there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If you are finished,
Yes,
we will
sir.
go to the next. Please note down. Please note down. This is minus F because of counterclockwise direction of rotation. 3F is positive because of clockwise rotation. Okay. So we can write here positive because of clockwise rotation. This is negative because of counterclockwise direction of rotation. Anybody needing time to note it down? Shall I remove this? No response for whatever. Okay. Next, we'll take for design for combined fatigue stresses.
Yes, sir.
Twice a month.
Yes, sir.
Have you noted down?
Sir, finish.
Huh?
Done, sir.
I'm not asking you whether you are present or not. Have you noted down the solution? Have you noted down the solution?
Yes, sir.
Then somebody should say yes, no? Otherwise, Ritik Shah, have you noted down?
1 minute, sir. Noting down.
You should tell no. Otherwise, everybody if keeps quiet, no. So we are true citizens of India. Huh? We don't open our mouth for anything. Correct, Ritik Shah?
No, sir.
Yeah. Next, you take down design for combined fatigue stresses. Note down design for combined fatigue stresses. Okay. So most of the machine components are subjected to combined fatigue stress. So far we have solved problems where it was only subjected to transverse load or axial load or only the torsional load, okay, which was having values of minimum and maximum. Is that okay? Now we are taking up cases wherein the components like a propeller shaft, okay, or a power transmission shaft, wherein it is subjected to variable bending as well as variable torsional loads. So when you have combined load, so if you remember in the previous chapters where we did problems on combined loading, where we solved problems on combined loading, when we had bending stress as well as torsional loads, that is shear stress, what did we do finally? What is that we found out finally? Yeah, what is that we found out? When we have bending and torsion both in a component, what is that we found out? Can anyone remember anything? Can anyone tell me? Yeah. When you have combined loading case, what is it that we did? Yeah. When you have combined loading case, what is it that we did? So we had sigma B given by M by Z. We had shear stress given by 16T by pi d cube. So when you have combined loading case, what is it that we found out? We found out what? Principal stresses sigma 1 and 2 given by half of sigma plus or minus root sigma square plus 4 tau square. Is that correct? Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we found out principal stress sigma 1 and sigma 2 when you have both bending and shear. Now in fatigue, we will have sigma B maximum, sigma B minimum, tau max, tau minimum. So we'll have, instead of 2 parameters, we'll have 4 parameters. Again, we are going to find out principal stresses for those combined equivalent stresses. Okay, that is what we do here. So for that, we are going to find out first sigma equivalent given by mean stress plus you have KFT into sigma A into sigma yield divided by ABC into sigma endurance. This will give you equivalent normal stress, where you are going to find out sigma mean as well as sigma amplitude using the same equations, right? And then this is given by equation 2.22a in page number. What is the page number? Give me the page number. I want someone to give the page number of this equation. Do you have data handbook with you?
26, sir.
Yeah?
26.
26. Then tau equivalent is given by tau mean plus kf tau into tau A into tau y divided by ABC into sigma endurance. This is given by equation 2.22b in page number 26. Okay, this will give you equivalent normal stress. This will give you shear equivalent stress. Okay, equivalent shear stress, equivalent normal stress. This we obtain by sigma max and sigma minimum. Here this we obtain using tau max and tau minimum. Are you there with me? Now we have found out sigma equivalent, that is equivalent normal stress, equivalent shear stress. Now we need to find out, similar to principal stress here, we need to find out sigma dash max, that is given by half of sigma equivalent plus or minus root sigma equivalent, or we are going to find out only the maximum stress. So sigma equivalent plus, what is the equation that we have? Sigma square equivalent for plus 4 tau square equivalent will give you sigma dash max, and tau dash max is given by what? Half of root sigma square equivalent plus 4 tau square equivalent. Is that okay? Please give me the equation number for this. Please give me the equation for total equivalent normal stress. What is the equation number? This will give you total equivalent normal stress. This will give you total equivalent shear stress.
2.23b, sir.
2.23b is this equation. 2.23b in page number 26, and this is 2.23a in page number 26, correct? So please note down these 4 equations. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Are the equations visible clearly for you on your screens?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please note down, please note down. By that time I'll take. Yeah, answer your roll call. 1,
Present, sir.
2, 3, 4.
Present, sir.
Hey, Prayag Vasudevan is there in the
Yes,
class?
sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Prayag, you are there.
Yes, sir.
Why you are submitted again on November 9th?
Sir, it said that after you had graded the marks, it had said that the file is missing. And
No. It's not missing because of some network or it would have come back. Now it has happened such a way that I cannot evaluate your book also. Okay, why you
Sir-
do people like this?
sir,
You
but
are
I already
submitting,
got the
forgetting.
marks.
Hmm.
Sir, I already got the marks. Sir.
No, but for me the answer book is missing. That's what. Hmm?
Okay, sir.
But I cannot get the marks now. When I download, you will not
Yes,
get
sir.
your marks.
Okay, sir.
Don't do all such nonsense. Exam is on 5th and you resubmitted it on 9th. Is it not idiotic? Huh?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
5,
Yes, sir.
6, 7, 8,
Present, sir.
9, 9, 10,
Yes, sir.
11, 12,
Present, sir.
13,
Present, sir.
14, 15,
Present, sir.
17, 18, 20, 19,
Sir, sir,
19,
present, sir, 19.
20, 20.
Sir, 19 present, sir.
Sir, 17 present, sir.
Hey, wait, I say, in between, when I call you, you people won't answer. You will say mic problem. No such
Hello.
mic problems you have. Okay. Now 20, answer 20. 21,
Yes, sir.
22,
Present, sir.
23,
Yes, sir.
24, 25, 26,
Present, sir.
27, 28, 30, 31, 32, 33,
Present, sir.
34,
Yes, sir.
35, 36, 36, 37, 38, for 39, 40,
Yes, sir.
41, 42,
Yes, sir.
43,
Yes, sir.
44,
Present, sir.
45, 46, 47,
Yes, sir.
48,
Yes, sir.
49,
Yes, sir.
50,
Yes, sir.
51, 52,
Yes, sir.
53,
Yes, sir.
54,
Yes, sir, present.
55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60,
Yes, sir.
61,
Yes, sir.
61, Vinay J. 61, Vinay J.
Yes, sir.
Are you present?
Yes, sir.
Where were you for so many classes?
Sir, I wasn't feeling well, sir.
Huh?
I wasn't feeling well, sir.
Not feeling well for how long? Right from 29th September to November. What was the problem, I say, Vinay?
I had throat problems, sir.
62,
Yes, sir.
63,
Present, sir.
65, 66,
Present, sir.
67, 400,
Yes, sir.
Mahesh Madiwal, Nishant, Ramesh, Shashank.
Sir.
Who is that?
Sir, Shashank, sir.
Akshat,
Present, sir.
Sautrik Rai,
Present, sir.
Mahima Raj,
Present, sir.
Srivatsan,
Present, sir.
Suman Xavier, Madan Kumar, Manu, Shadab, Ganesh, Vijay Kumar,
Yes, sir.
Rishi S, Zahir Hussain,
Present, sir.
Yeah, please note down. Most of the machine parts are subjected to. Most of the machine parts are subjected to combined stresses. Combined stresses. Example, a rotating shaft, will stop. In such cases, it is recommended to compute equivalent static stress. Full stop. When a shaft is subjected to combined bending, when a shaft is subjected to combined bending and torsional variable stresses, comma, we first compute mean and amplitude of bending and torsion. That is, we are going to find out sigma mean and sigma A, tau mean and tau A is what I mean to say. Mean and amplitude of bending and torsion, comma, then find normal equivalent stress, sigma EQ. Normal equivalent stress, sigma equivalent. Normal equivalent stress, sigma EQ. Next, shear equivalent stress, shear equivalent stress, tau EQ, tau EQ, tau EQ, then find total equivalent maximum stress. Then find total equivalent maximum stress. Then find out total equivalent maximum stress. Total equivalent maximum stress, sigma dash max and tau dash max. Sigma dash max and tau dash max. Is that okay? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
We'll take up a problem. Tarun, what is the problem that we have taken? Second problem.
Sir, a cantilever beam of circular cross section is subjected to alternating stresses.
Okay, alternative. Yeah, I'll go through the problem. All of you, please look into your notebooks. A cantilever beam of circular cross section is subjected to an alternating stress at a point on the outer fiber in the plane of support that varies from 21 megapascal compression and 28 megapascal tension. Correct? Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
The material has an ultimate strength of 412 megapascal, yield strength of 309 megapascal. Assume that the actual stress concentration factor is equal to 1. Size correction factor is 0.85. Surface correction factor 0.9. Determine equivalent normal stress due to axial loading. Then equivalent normal stress due to bending. Okay, that is it is subjected to 21 megapascal compression, 28 megapascal tension. Okay, okay, alternating stress both are there. So bending is also 21. This thing also is 21. Compression.
There's a third
Yeah, it is later given, no? Okay, equivalent normal stress due to axial loading, equivalent normal stress due to bending, equivalent stress due to axial and bending. At the same time, there is an alternating stress due to axial loading that varies from 14 megapascal compression to 28 megapascal tension. Is that okay? Again, I'll go through. A cantilever beam of circular cross section is subjected to alternating stress at a point on the outer fiber in the plane of support that varies from outer layer of fiber. So you have a cantilever beam. So outer fiber is subjected to 21 megapascal compression and 28 megapascal tension. Okay, so and it's got ultimate strength, yield strength, and so on. At the same time, it is subjected to alternating stress due to axial loading that varies from 14 compression to 28 megapascal tension. This is what the problem is given to us. That is, there is a cantilever beam. All of you please observe. So there is a cantilever beam which is subjected to tension and compression, and at the same time it is subjected to axial and compressive and axial tensile, and it is subjected to compression and tension. Okay, at the same time, he has given you that sigma B max, that is maximum bending stress, is given by what is the value? 28 megapascal in tension, correct? So therefore, this is positive value 28 megapascal. Then sigma B minimum is equal to minus 21 megapascal because it is compression, correct? And this is positive because it is tension given in the problem. And at the same time, there is an alternating stress due to axial load that varies from 14 megapascal compression. That is, sigma axial, okay, minimum, okay, is equal to minus 14 megapascal, and then sigma axial maximum, how much it is subjected to variable stress? Sigma axial maximum is 28 megapascal. This is positive, this is negative, because here the problem he has given you this to be compression and this to be tensile. Okay, this is the data that we have got, and then he has given you the value of ultimate strength, that is sigma u is equal to how much? Sigma u is 412 megapascal. Then sigma yield is equal to, what is the value?
309.
309 megapascal. This is given, and we are not given with endurance stress, so therefore it is 0.5 times sigma u, that is equal to 206 megapascal, and we are given with the values of B and C, correct? So therefore I take it as A is equal to 1, B is equal to 0.85, C is equal to 0.9 given in the problem. But also he has given you the theoretical stress factor, concentration factor to be equal to 1, that is KFT. He has asked us to take it as 1. So this is the total data that we can extract from the given problem. That is, there is a cantilever beam which is subjected to tension stress of 28, compressive stress of 21 megapascal, and at the same time it is subjected to axial loading or axial stress of 14 megapascal compression and 28 megapascal of tension, correct? So therefore I have taken negative and positive here, and we are given with ultimate and yield strength of the materials, endurance we can extract, ABC values are given, and KFT is equal to 1 is what we have taken. So what he has asked you is equal and normal stress due to axial loading, equal and normal stress due to bending, okay? So we have sigma equivalent given by what is the equation? Sigma m plus KFT into sigma A into sigma y divided by ABC into endurance, correct? Same equation holds good for both bending and axial now because there is no torsion. So first I will take up bending stress, okay? I have to find out mean and amplitude, correct? So sigma mean in bending is equal to sigma b max plus sigma b minimum divided by 2. Sigma b max is how much? 28 plus sigma b minimum is minus 21 divided by 2. So therefore sigma mean in bending is equal to, what is the value? 7 by 2, correct? 3.5 megapascal. This is sigma mean in bending. Sigma A in bending is equal to sigma max minus sigma B minimum divided by 2. So therefore it is 28 minus of minus, that's going to be plus, that is going to be 49 divided by 2. So sigma axial in bending is equal to how much it is? 24.5 megapascal. Correct? Am I correct? Okay. So I know the mean, I know the value of amplitude, I know the value of ABC, KFT is taken to be 1, yield stress is given, and then find out equivalent in case of bending. Okay. That sigma equivalent in bending is equal to, what is the value of mean stress? Is 3.5. That's equal to 3.5 plus KFT is 1. What is stress amplitude? 24.5 into yield is how much? Yield is 309 divided by ABC 1 into 0.85 into 0.9 into endurance is how much? Is 206. So sigma equivalent bending is equal to, give me this value. Someone give me that value.
51.54.
51.54, that's exactly correct. 51.54 megapascal. Similarly, go for axial loading of 14 and 28. Substitute in equivalence test and get me sigma equivalent axial. Now for axial loading. Axial stress, sigma mean is how much? Sigma mean axial is equal to 28 minus 14 divided by 2. That's going to be 7 megapascal. Sigma amplitude axial is equal to 28 plus 14, that is 38 plus 4, 42. That's going to be 21 megapascal. So therefore, sigma equivalent axial will be equal to 7 plus 1 into, what is sigma axial here? It is 21. Okay, 21 into yield stress is 309 divided by 1 into 0.85 into 0.9 into endurance is 206. So therefore, sigma equivalent axial is equal to, what is this value? Give. Anybody? Any doubt in this?
Mean will be 3.5. No, sir.
How much?
3.5. Sir. Mean. Axial stress mean value, sir.
Mean is
20.
7. Axial is 21. Equivalent stress. What is the total equivalent stress?
Got it, sir.
Is it 48.2?
48.17.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, that is 48.17 megapascal. Okay. Anybody? Any doubt in this? It is subjected to combined bending and axial. So in that he has given you directly the stresses. We need not find stresses. Stresses are given. So he has given you maximum and minimum. So find out mean and amplitude. Substitute in equivalent stress. Okay. Similarly, take axial stress. Find out mean and amplitude. Substitute again in equivalent stress. You will get sigma equivalent for axial load, sigma equivalent for bending load, bending stress. Okay. Right. So when you are given with both axial and bending, what will be total equivalent stress due to axial and bending? Yeah. What we used to do earlier, when you are given with both bending and axial, what was the total stress we used to take?
Principal stress.
Yeah. When we were given with sigma bending and sigma axial, sigma dash total sigma dash max is equal to how much? Yeah.
This
Add both.
You have to
Add both.
add both. That is sigma equivalent bending plus sigma equivalent axial will give us total equivalent normal stress, correct? Due to axial and bending. So therefore, total equivalent stress. Total equivalent stress is equal to sigma equivalent bending plus sigma equivalent axial. What is the value there? 51.54 plus 48.17. What is it going to be?
99.7.
7.
Yeah, 99.7.
1.
Okay. When you are given with bending and torsion or axial and torsion, then we used to find out using half of sigma plus or minus root sigma square plus 4 tau square. Okay. But now both bending and axial only are given. Total equivalent stress will be equivalent stress because of bending, equivalent stress because of axial. Sum them up, you will get the total equivalent stress due to axial and bending. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Others, please note down. Please note down into your notebook. This is problem number 2. Such problems will be asked for 12 marks minimum. So you cannot make mistake at any stage. You cannot make mistake at any stage. It will be very, very simple. Only thing is in the mind, your present should be there in the problem. Okay. If you think something else and keep doing this, you are going to go wrong. It is very, very simple. You are given with maximum bending and minimum bending, maximum axial and minimum axial. You need to find out mean and axial in both the cases. Go to equivalence test, substitute and get the answer. That's it. Okay. Anybody noting down, or shall I go to the next problem? Yeah, what is the next problem, Tarun?
A ground steel cantilever member as shown in figure is subjected to transverse load at its free
Okay.
end that varies from 100 Newton upwards to 200 Newtons downwards.
Okay. This is the problem. Yeah, anybody needing time to note it down?
1 minute, sir.
Yeah. That problem, whatever that problem we are going to take up, that was asked for 20 marks totally. Straight away, one full question for 20 marks. On similar lines, okay? On similar lines, it was asked for 20 marks. Only thing is, we need to find the K sigma here, additionally. Anyway, we'll take it up as a challenge. Let's see how you people will work on that. Yeah, one thing, all of you, the next problem, which is on similar lines, try to find the solution before next class. Is that okay? Okay? Tarun, Mundior,
Yes, sir.
Prayag, are you all able to hear me? Rakshit?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Try to complete the next problem at home and come, and then we'll check it whether you have done correctly or not. Okay, write it in a separate sheet of paper. You understand? Okay, write the problem and write the solution in separate sheet of paper, and let me know the answer next Thursday when we meet. So let me know the answer for the problem. Okay, try solving this problem. No need of copying. Okay, no need to copy. Even if you don't do, just keep it as it is. Okay, so those who can do, take it as a challenge and do it. Let's see.
So the figure for this picture, I mean for this
For
sum.
this problem, no. You
Because
have
it
to
is
explain. As shown in figure he has given, no. Yeah, I'll give that now. I'll give that. So, just hold on. Yeah, note down. Electric resistance 0.2D. Okay. Is that okay? Is the diagram visible for you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. This was asked for 20 full marks, one full question in one of the examinations of VTU. Solve this, and you need to find out what finally? You need to find out the diameter, I think.
Yes, sir.
The required diameter of the section using factor of safety of 2. So you need to find diameter for this. So you have minus counterclockwise minus 100 into 150 plus 200 into 150 is my M max. Then you have compression 500, 1000 tensile, but you don't know the diameter, right? So you need to carry till the end the value of D, and at the end you will get the value of. So total equivalent will be equal to equivalent bending plus equivalent axial stress. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay then. We'll meet on Thursday. Hope everybody completes this problem so that we can start with a new module probably. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.